If you're scalping futures, you have maybe 3 to 5 seconds to decide how many contracts to trade. Most scalpers either always use the same size, 1 contract, 2 contracts, regardless of where their stop is, or they try to do the math in their head while the setup is already forming. Both of those are wrong, and both are slowly costing you money. Let me show you what I use instead. Here's the problem specific to scalping. When you're scalping, your stop loss is tight, maybe 4 ticks, maybe 6 ticks. That's the whole point. You're in and out fast, small stops, quick profits. But a tight stop doesn't mean low risk. It depends entirely on how many contracts you're trading. Here's the problem specific to scalping, and most traders don't even realize it's happening. Let's say you're on a $50,000 account. Your target is 1% per trade. That's $500. You enter a trade, you hit your target, but you were off by just 1 contract. Seems like nothing, right? That 1 contract means you made $400 instead of $500. That's 20% less than you should have made. Not because your entry was wrong, not because the market moved against you. You did everything right and still left $100 on the table. Now do that over 5 trades. You've lost the equivalent of an entire winning trade. Just from sizing slightly wrong, 5 trades you won, and 1 of them basically didn't count. And here's where it gets worse. Because that feeling of winning but not making what you should have, that's frustrating. So what do traders do when they're frustrated? They take 1 more trade. They overtrade. They force a setup that isn't there just to make back that money they feel like they missed. And that extra trade, the one born out of frustration, not out of a real setup, that's the one that hits your stop. That's the one that gives back 2 winning trades worth of profit. So you started with a sizing problem. A small one, 1 contract off, and it snowballed into overtrading, into a bad trade, into a losing session, on a day where you actually had more winners than losers. And the worst part? This entire chain only exists with manual position sizing. When you're calculating in your head under pressure, being off by 1 contract is almost guaranteed. It's not a discipline problem, it's a math under pressure problem. Remove the manual calculation, and you remove the whole chain. This is SizeWise. It's a tool built directly inside NinjaTrader 8. You set your risk percentage, let's say 1%, and that's it. Every time you place a stop on the chart, SizeWise instantly calculates how many contracts you can trade. No math, no switching tabs, no thinking. For scalpers, this is the difference between trading with a system and just guessing your size every time. Let me show you how it works. First thing you do is enter your risk amount. So let's say $500. You can also set a maximum number of contracts as a hard cap, which is useful if you're trading a funded account with specific rules. Now here's where it gets useful. I place my stop loss on the chart. It updates live as I move the stop, real time, every time. You only need to click Open Trade. So to recap what you're seeing, automatic contract calculation based on your actual risk, live updates as you move your stop, works across all futures instruments, hard cap to protect funded account rules, and it lives directly inside NinjaTrader. No external app, no browser tab. Here's why this matters more for scalpers than for any other trading style. When you scalp, your stop isn't a fixed number you decide before the session. It moves with price action. You place it under the last candle or under a small structure level, which means every single setup has a different stop distance. Candle is small, stop is 3 ticks. Candle is bigger, stop is 7 ticks. Different instrument, different tick value, completely different dollar amount again. So while a swing trader might set a 20-tick stop and leave it for hours, you as a scalper are dealing with a new stop distance on every single trade, multiple times per session. That means your correct position size is different every single trade too. And if you're using a fixed number of contracts, 2 contracts, 3 contracts, always the same, you're not actually managing risk consistently. On a 3-tick stop, you're under-risking. On a 7-tick stop, you're over-risking. The dollar amount is all over the place even though the contract number looks the same. SizeWise recalculates instantly every time your stop moves. Doesn't matter if it's 3 ticks or 10 ticks, you always know the exact number of contracts for your exact dollar risk every trade automatically. If you're scalping without something like this, you're leaving your risk management to guesswork. And in futures, guesswork is expensive. Link is in the description. Drop a comment if you have questions about how it works with your specific setup. And if this was useful, subscribe. I make videos specifically for NinjaTrader traders who want to trade smarter. See you in the next one.